So how do we implement this inflation targeting policy framework? How do we control inflation? And I'm going to introduce something called the Monetary Policy Committee, what we call the MPC. Now, the MPC is a committee that is sitting within the Reserve Bank. So it's part of the Reserve Bank. It's a special committee within the Reserve Bank. Who is it made up of? It is made up of the governor, who's the chairperson of the Monetary Policy Committee, the deputy governors, and they might have some specialists from within the Reserve Bank on that Monetary Policy Committee. That's who's pretty much made up of. How often do they meet? They meet once every 2 months. And if you go onto their website, there's actually a schedule of when every single one of their meetings are going to be for the entire year. But they basically meet once every 2 months. If need be, they can meet more frequently, but the formal meetings are once every 2 months. Now, usually they start their meetings on a Tuesday. And on the Tuesday, they have all these presentations from the technical people in terms of the issues that are influencing inflation within South Africa. So they'll look at things like changes in what we call administered prices, government prices. They'll look at what's happening within South Africa in terms of changes in wages. They'll look at issues that affect demand within South Africa and demand in other parts of the world that affect the South African economy. They'll look at the exchange rate. They'll look at money supply. They'll look at what oil prices, other things that affect inflation. And they do that usually for the first day and part of the second day. On the Wednesday, they kick all these technical presenters out and they remain as the Monetary Policy Committee alone. And from Wednesday, they drink tea, they munch biscuits, and they deliberate amongst themselves. They deliberate amongst themselves as to where they see inflation going. Now, in their discussions, they use a number of what they call econometric models. But those are just used as part of the decision making to inform their final decision. And on the Thursday at 3 o'clock, the Monetary Policy Committee announces its decision. How do they go about doing that? The chairperson of the MPC reads out a statement of the Monetary Policy Committee. And basically within that statement, which is televised, they say this is where they think the South African economy is going insofar as inflation is concerned. And right at the end, they say they are either increasing the interest rate or decreasing the interest rate.